Look around you and realize that the biggest expense in your life is staring you right in the face right now. I am telling you, it is absolutely not your daily coffee habit or your Netflix subscription. It is something much bigger and much more dangerous to your financial future. I am 27 years old and my net worth is $124,560. I did not get to that number by being a financial genius or having a rich father. I got there by identifying the absolute wealth killers in my life and cutting them out with a scalpel. In this video, we are going to discuss very specifically what this massive expense is and how you can save thousands of dollars every single year. Most people will never be rich because they are too busy trying to look like they are already rich. They fall into the trap of social signaling and it keeps them stuck in a cubicle for 40 years. Let us talk about the number one wealth killer in modern society. It is your transportation. Your car is a massive black hole that sucks the life out of your bank account every single month. The reason people struggle is because society links your car to your personal success. I think many people buy cars they cannot actually afford just to keep up a certain image for neighbors they do not even like. Last week I was talking to another finance creator and we both agreed that cars are the ultimate drain on wealth. People love to congratulate each other on buying a new car. They say, "Hey man, that is a cool ride. What do you do for a living?" But they never talk about the $800 monthly payment or the 15% interest rate hiding in the background. In 2022 and 2023, we saw used car prices skyrocket and new car loans hit record highs. Over 15% of people who financed a new car recently are paying over $1,000 every single month. That is $12,000 a year just on the loan payment alone. If you take that $1,000 and put it into an index fund for 10 years, you would have a fortune. Instead, people are putting it into a piece of metal that loses 10% of its value the second they drive it off the lot. According to data from AAA, the average cost to own and drive a car in 2022 was $10,728. Let that number sink into your brain for a second. If you make the average U.S. salary of $54,000, you are spending nearly 20% of your gross income on a machine to get you to work. You are literally working 2 months out of every year just to pay for the car that takes you to the job. Does that sound like freedom to you? Because it sounds like a prison to me. Let us break down the actual costs using a 2018 Honda Civic as a realistic example. Even for a simple and reliable car like a Civic, the 5-year cost of ownership is around $43,993. That averages out to about $8,800 every single year. This is not a Ferrari or a BMW. It is a basic economy car. The biggest cost in this equation is depreciation. 99% of cars are depreciating assets, which means they lose value every single day they sit in your driveway. Investing your hard-earned money into a depreciating asset is one of the worst financial moves you can make. If you want to save money in this category, then listen to me carefully and do not buy a brand new car. The best time to buy a car is when it is 3 to 5 years old. At that point, the original owner has already taken the massive hit on depreciation, but the car is still new enough to be reliable. You want to find that sweet spot in the curve where you get the most value for your dollar. The next major expense is taxes and registration. In states like California, this can be hundreds of dollars every year just for the right to drive. If you have 3 or 4 cars for a family of 2, you are just throwing money into a fire. Consolidate your vehicles and watch your fixed costs drop instantly. Then we have the interest on the loan. Most people do not have $30,000 in cash, so they take out a loan at 6 or 7% interest. Paying interest on a declining asset is financial suicide. If you cannot buy the car in cash or at least pay it off in 3 years, you probably cannot afford it. Now let us talk about fuel. People always forget to calculate the gas when they look at a monthly payment. A Honda Civic will cost you about $12,807 in fuel over 5 years. That is roughly $2,561 every year or $200 a month just to keep the tank full. You can save a little by using a Costco membership, but the real savings come from driving less. Then there is insurance, which averages about $115 a month for a standard driver. Listen to me on this one. You need to call your insurance company every single year and ask for a better rate. If they say no, then you move to a competitor who will give you a discount to win your business. Insurance companies count on you being lazy and staying with them while they slowly raise your rates. I do this with my phone bill and my internet bill too. I call Comcast every year and tell them I am thinking about switching unless they give me the new customer rate. It works almost every time because it is cheaper for them to keep me than to find a new customer. If you are a Comcast employee watching this, then just ignore what I just said. But for everyone else, you are leaving money on the table by not making those phone calls. Now let us get into maintenance and repairs. This is where you can actually get your hands dirty and save a fortune. With YouTube and sites like ChrisFix, there is no excuse for not knowing how to do basic maintenance. Changing your own oil is not rocket science. A 20-minute tutorial can teach you how to save $100 every time you need a change. If you change your oil 200 times in your life, that is $20,000 staying in your pocket instead of going to a mechanic. That $20,000 invested in the S&P 500 would be worth over $100,000 by the time you retire. Stop saying you do not have time to learn because you are literally trading $100,000 for 20 minutes of effort. Another pro tip is to get a cheap OBD2 scanner from the internet. When your check engine light comes on, you can scan it yourself and see if it is something simple. I have a story about my mom who is in her 70s and was terrified when her engine light came on. She stopped driving for a week because she thought the car was going to explode. It turns out the gas cap was just loose. The dealership would have charged her $150 just to tell her that. Knowledge is power, and in the world of finance, it is also money. Now think about the opportunity cost of all this car money. If you saved that $10,728 every year and invested it into Microsoft or Apple or VO, what would happen? Microsoft stock has nearly tripled in the last 5 years. Your $10,000 car payment could have been $30,000 in a brokerage account. This is why I drove a 2006 sedan for years while I was building my $124,560 net worth. My friends were making fun of my car, but I was making fun of their empty bank accounts. I chose to live in an apartment with no furniture for a year so I could dump every cent into assets. I did not have a couch or a television because those things do not pay me dividends. I promise you that a mattress on the floor feels a lot better when you know you have 6 figures in the bank. If you can live closer to work and ditch the car entirely, you should do it. Even if the rent is $200 higher, you will save $800 a month in car expenses. You have to do the math and stop following the crowd. Most people are broke because they do what broke people do. They buy things to impress people and they ignore the small leaks in their bucket. A $10,000 a year leak is not a small leak, it is a gaping hole. To recap what we talked about today, you need to buy used cars at the 3 to 5 year mark. You need to shop around for insurance every single year. You need to learn how to do your own basic maintenance like oil changes and air filters. And most importantly, you need to understand the opportunity cost of every dollar you spend. I am 27 years old, and I am telling you the truth because no one else will. The system is designed to keep you in debt and keep you consuming. Break the cycle and start building your own freedom. I have a free newsletter called Hump Days that covers business and economics twice a week. The link is in the description, and it is totally free. If you want to stay ahead of the game and see how I am growing my $124,560, then you need to be on that list. In the next video, I am going to show you exactly how I am planning to hit $250,000 by age 29. I am going to break down my portfolio and show you every single position I hold. No secrets and no gatekeeping. I want you to win as much as I want to win myself. If you found value in this, then hit the subscribe button and join the community. Tell me in the comments what kind of car you drive and how much it is costing you every month. Let us get honest about the numbers so we can actually change them. I am done talking for today, so go out there and take control of your money. Stop letting your car drive you into poverty. I will see you in the next one. Peace, stay disciplined, and keep your eyes on the prize. The journey from 0 to 124,560 was not easy, but it was worth every sacrifice. You can do this too, if you just stop caring what other people think. Build the life you want instead of the life people expect you to have. That is the real secret to wealth. I am out for real this time. See you soon. Take action today. Do not wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is for the people who stay broke. Today is for the winners. Let us go. Final reminder to check the links below for the free resources. I spend a lot of time making sure these are actually useful for you. I am 27 and I am just getting started. The snowball is rolling and it is not stopping. Get on board or get out of the way. Goodbye. Keep grinding. Trust the process. The math never lies. The truth is out there. Follow the money. Build the bridge to your future. $1 at a time. One decision at a time. You have the power. Now use it. Peace.